السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كل عام وأنتم بخير. Hello everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for coming to this opening of the new academic year 2017-2018. I would also like to take the opportunity and welcome Professor Luciano Fio for coming as part of our international programs that was coordinated with the innovation, or with rather the research and initiative centers. We welcome him here he will be with us for this week. I want to welcome the returning faculties and of course the newly joined faculties and staff. And we hope you all enjoyed a nice summer, and you are now, we hope that you will have enjoyable and successful academic year. I want also to thank the people that coordinated our gathering. The Public Relation and Media, and the EAAC unit. My presentation is going to be focusing mainly on what is our, of course, revisit our vision, and what are the accomplishments that we have achieved, especially the recent one for the last academic year. And also I will introduce a very important center, which is PSU Research and Initiative Center. What is the mission? What are the objectives of this center? What we are hoping to accomplish starting this academic year. And of course, what are our priorities for this academic year, 2017-2018. If we just revisit our vision statement, most of you remember when the university was announced in 1998 and then launched in 1999 with the vision of becoming the leading nonprofit private university in the kingdom. Its aspiration, of course, was and still is to provide quality education with the highest international standards. And we are now, in our now, about 20 years that already passed. We consider ourselves young compared to other international, of course, and national universities. So some of our achievements, we look at some academic, and some in community service, some in research. PSU is proud to be the first and the leading nonprofit private university in the kingdom. It actually opened the window on private education when it was needed the most. Could not have come in a better time. And it did contribute greatly to the change of the landscape of higher education system in Saudi Arabia. because PSU did introduce and established private education, because it was up to 1998, all institutions of higher learning were public. Till, of course, PSU came along and opened the door on private education, and we are very proud of them. And over the years, over now about 18, 20 years or so, PSU has proven the kingdom's success and value of private higher education. One of the most important process that PSU is proud of, and we went through the process, which is the NCAA accreditation, local accreditation. PSU is one of the first universities in the kingdom, of the 3 universities in the kingdom, to earn its first institutional academic accreditation. It was in May of 2010. And recently, in February of 2017, PSU also went through the institutional reaccreditation, and we are one of the first ones. And I'd like to take this opportunity and thank each and every one of you that contributed into the accreditation. You made it possible. Some of the programs that we do have, and we are very proud of, which is the E4E program. PSU is proud to be a platform and a venue for a diverse array of international professional training programs that are cued directly to the job market. We're also proud to say there are many successful Saudi that went through the program and now holding a leading positions in the private and public sector. This is a clear testament of the quality of our training program. And over the years, the positive change that these training programs has accomplished with so many Saudis is something that we are very proud of. Also, PSU achievements, internationalization, as we use as a benchmark for our university. And we have membership with leading organizations to open doors for our university internationally. And we have also a student abroad program that gives opportunity for our students to spend a semester in an international university. And we use it as a benchmark. You see so many diversity in different countries, different universities, University of Córdoba, and I University of Spain, Warsaw University of Technology, and Adam Midwest University, Poland, University of Nagoya, so many universities in about 14 or 16 different countries. Also, some of important achievements that we are very proud of, and that is the PSU Research Journal achievement that we launched in the summer of 2016. In the summer of 2016, and 3 issues per year, and we already published the first 2 issues, the business and law issues, published in March 2017. And, of course, the Computer Science and Engineering, published in August recently. And now, of course, anticipated for publication for third issue. And these issues are indexed and abstract in several databases, international databases. The first issues, you may see the diversity of the participants in our international journal from different universities. We have 5 different articles in our first issue, 12 authors representing 6 countries. And you see the different universities that are faculty from different universities that participated in the first issue. These are the 5 articles. You see the title, author, universities, and of course the country. The second issue with 7 articles and 21 authors and 7 countries, and also representing countries with Oxford, Purdue, University of New South Wales, and so on, from different universities. And these are the articles, the author, the university, and the country. And we want also to thank Professor Luciano, one of the participants in our second issue and publishing his article. So today PSU has acquired the reputation for the rigor of its programs and the quality of its graduates. And we have so many achievements in our academic and our community service, and some in the research. And PSU, of course, commitment to implementing its vision through our strategic planning. So we have like a 25-year strategic planning at intervals of 5 years each. So each 5 year, we update the challenges that we have in each and move it on to the next one. So this is the PSU phases of development of our strategic planning with the years. We are almost concluding our second strategic plan.
Excuse me, doctor, please speak. Speak.
We are now, we are concluding our second strategic plan and getting ready we'll be working on our third strategic plan. But if you notice, in our second strategic plan, which of course described under the acronym LEADER, and you notice the R, the research, and community service. In our first strategic plan, we focus on academics to establish the foundation. And in our second, we focus on research and community service. And our third also go back to the research and initiative. So what have we accomplished so far in our strategic plan? Last year, in our gathering, September 1st, 2015, we have targeted. We were hoping to achieve at the college level and the university level, and where we are today. So it was on the college level, active researchers should publish at least one Scopus Index journal article in the next few years. University level, we were hoping to accomplish 200 Scopus articles, which is one of the requirements for the international ranking, Times Higher Education. And what did we accomplish? PSU current research profile, across colleges, 87 Scopus Syndic articles, but this is now between January 2017 and June. So these 3 months, we hoping to have more, and this show in the next slide. Each college's number of faculties, PhD holders, and what expected to publish. But we say one each, so it will be 50. But now, what is really current status published is 34, let's say the business school, and accepted is 23, and under review 46. So the total, I would say now published 87, but now accepted, but not published yet. Another 78, which is 87, 78, that's 165, plus the 165 under review. So about 330 total. What is now our institutional research priority? Probably most of you remember the external review process they went through on the college level, program levels, and the institutional level. Is also always brought to us, to our attention, that PSU research must have research theme that, of course, represent your strong pillars in the university. What are you good at? Something, of course, the institution, the university, leads. And this is a comment from, of course, the latest visit from the Ministry of Education, and it was also reiterated from previously from the NCAA recommendation when we had the reviews, and it's important for the international ranking and the quality of education. So, what are we going to do, hopefully also to improve our research output? You see here the Deanship of Research and Graduate Studies. Their mission mainly the research component and the graduate studies. So the idea is to expedite the process, to minimize layers, and try to help our faculties to produce research. So the research component, we have on the institutional level established Research and Initiative Center, and for the graduate study we established Institutional Graduate Studies Unit that, of course, reports to the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs. And the Research and Initiative Center reports director. But now each college would have a research director. And each college will have research labs. What are you good at? You are good at what? Computer science, robots, so you'll have a robot lab. And so on. Each college must have a minimum of one lab, research lab. And there is a coordinator for that lab. The faculty member that is active in research and have the interest in that specific topic, he will be the coordinator for that lab. And of course, his colleagues, faculty that are interested in the same topic will be working in that lab. And they will have a budget. Each lab will have a budget. And we'll have a criteria how much money that lab will be supported with. And that goes through the dean of the college. Dean of the college, of course, he has a committee made out of the research director at the college and the lab coordinators and some senior faculty in the college. But now, the directors of each college, they are member where in the institutional committee, which is chaired by the director of the Initiative Research and Initiative Center, with the associate, of course, director with him, represent from the men's section and the women's section. And on the executive level, there'll be a committee which is headed by the rector, and the members are the deans of each college to follow up. And of course, the director of the Research and Initiative Center to follow up, get the support, get the encouragement from the higher management. But there will be a process, because there will be evaluation annually, or accomplishment report evaluation for each college and then each lab. These criteria, of course, will be determined. I have some initial now criteria, and I will show them to you in a few minutes, what the criteria to evaluate a college, what the criteria to evaluate a lab. And the translation center, and then of course the component, the translation, we're going to call it Translation and Authoring Center or unit. That will be linked to the College of Humanities, because they do have a department of translation, English and translation department. So this will be under their umbrella. So what is now the PSU research profile? The three main components. Of course, the PSU Research Journal and the research labs, groups, group projects. Because we have some that are already there, they will continue. And of course, another component which is very important, and that is the NTP 2020, National Transformation Program 2020, research initiative. There are opportunities that we as an institution to contribute to the NTP 2020, because there is the potential, and they definitely need institution, university to participate as much as they can. So what are we good at that fit some of the initiatives that are determined out there for each ministry? Over 500 initiatives. some of these initiatives. We will work on these initiatives. We will have action plan. We will have a team. And this is now the opportunity to benefit from the PSU Research Review editors, international editors. We have, what, about 170 all over the world that we can also have them to be part of a clear mission once it's determined. And another opportunity, I just mentioned Professor Luciano is with us this week. These labs should benefit from our international editors. They might have some interest in some of these research labs. They have the same area, the same interest. They can come to visit PSU, short-term or long-term, work with some of our faculty, publish papers together, open doors for us to other universities. So this would open PSU to the outside world and give opportunity for us. That's what we were hoping to benefit from. This is the objectives of the center, the Research and Initiative Center, because we also have, we say, oh, research at PSU, or research activities at PSU must increase research impact and contribute to a better research thrust at the university. It must also generate financial revenue for PSU through external grants, consultation, training, and other, such as commercialization of research. And of course, raise the scientific impact and visibility of PSU nationally and internationally. This is more like looking at the center or the institutional structure for the Research Initiative Center. Director and the center, and then you'll have the three components that I just mentioned: the labs, the NTP, and the PSU researcher. And on the college level, you'll have the dean, and then you have research, college research director, and then you have these labs. But initially we will start with one lab each, because I am going to provide them with financial. And in some cases we might go to two labs, depending on promise, think that possible to be achieved. These are the committee that I mentioned a while ago. This is the College Research Committee, chaired by the College Dean, co-chaired by the Research Director. The other one, the Initiative Center Committee, and the Executive Research Committee, headed by the Director. I mentioned those. Now the evaluation criteria for the college should be, of course, based on international standard benchmark, but these are just tentative, because this committee will finalize, will tune up these criteria. So, number of journal papers, ISI, Scopus, number of conference papers, number of citations of the last 2 years' papers, if they have all these things through their, because there are some probably faculty that are not involved with these labs. So they do have other interests and they are working in their own research. evolution of number of citations and high index of researchers, number of books, research collaboration established with industry, could be nationally, could be internationally, and cooperation, research collaboration established with active institutions, could be local, could be international. And we expect, whether you belong to a lab or not, at least one Scopus index article from each faculty per year. Now what about the labs? Well, the labs, I think the most important was the amount of funds generated from each lab. And of course, how are we going to generate money? External research grants, specialized training, external funds from industry, commercialization of research, such as products, patents, and so on. Because at the end of the academic year, they're submitting accomplishment report, and of course coordinate with the colleges, with the dean, because the dean is the one who will be allocating the money to these labs. They're going to review what are the criteria for each lab, how much money will be allocated to it. This is all to be determined. How many faculty members, how many PhD holders, so many other things that will be more clear. This is just give you perspective what we are expecting for the visiting professor program that we have. That I just mentioned, Professor Ciano is with us, is one of them, September 12th to 17th, and we have others through October and November, December, and February. So these international experts must benefit and work with them as much as possible, especially in these now labs. We are also thinking about PhD, since we don't have a PhD program, we can invite PhD students to these labs. We can get them through visiting visa, they come to PSU, work with some of these labs for a semester, for 1 week, for 2 weeks, depending on, of course, the arrangement. PSU's research strategy. Well, when we look at the ranking, the QS University ranking in the Arab region, we were, what, 2014, 43, and then 43 in 2015, and then we improved 2016, 40. And that relies on your impact factor. How do you improve your impact factor? Okay, you have to have more Scopus articles, and of course, citation. You divide your citation by the Scopus article, and that will give you the impact. So I need more Scopus articles, hoping to get more citations. And to get the Times Higher Education World University ranking, they have a requirement that you have to have 1,000 minimum Scopus articles. That means, if we look at it in the next 5 years, 4 years, having to have like 200 each year. Now, what is our priorities and the transitional plan for this academic year? Of course, because we are now more like in a transition between our strategic plan 2, we almost, what, 95% accomplished, move on to the third. So the first thing we said, we closed the second strategic plan. What are the challenges that we face? Move it on to the third strategic plan. And of course, taking into consideration the recommendation that was given to us by International Review and other NCAA for standards. Complete backup now the colleges, all the colleges now went through the accreditation process. Now the College of Engineering, because it is a new college, and now they already submitted their reports. And getting ready now to do the mock-up review, and then the external review, hopefully, probably in November or so. Launch, of course, the Research and Initiative Center, and benefit from the NTD 2020 initiative, I mentioned a while ago. Increase Scopus and ISI index, research publication output. Talk about that. Publish the third issue of the PSU Research Review. Benefit from the visiting professors and professional development for the PSU faculty. Mark the PSU's excellence and expand the Scopus of international partnership that we already have. Update all websites, transition into the new facilities that we are now moving in, and utilize technologies. Continue to update PSU technology and expand facilities. Obtain the endowments and external research grant. And establish applied research themes across the colleges as a college. And I want to thank you all very much.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning. I am Tasneem Prue, the Director of the English Preparatory Year Program, Campus for Women. Before we begin, I've been asked to announce to the ladies that the bathrooms are located either upstairs on the top floor or on the bottom here, on the bottom floor. It gives me tremendous pleasure to present to the stage our Vice Rector, Campus for Women, the esteemed Dr. Rima El Yahya.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning, everyone, and Eid Mubarak. It is a pleasure to welcome you all back to a hopefully very successful and promising new year. A new year filled with exciting and interesting new ventures, challenges, and possibilities. A chance for us to develop and grow professionally and show what we are really made of. I would also like to welcome those who have just been newly appointed and joined Prince Sultan University. I hope your experience with us will be very rewarding. The novelty of having this award ceremony at the beginning of the year grants us first the opportunity to give credit where credit is due, as well as to express how much we truly appreciate each and every one of you. To express our gratitude for all the effort, dedication, and hard work everyone demonstrated last year, and to hope for the best in this coming year. Last year took its toll on all of us, preparing for institutional reaccreditation, which thanks to all of you, we passed with flying colors. I understand that the stress and anxiety of showing the best of Prince Sultan University was heavy on the shoulders of those who strove for perfection. But everyone's commitment to excellence inspired the reviewers as well as each other. 9 commendations and no recommendations at all for standard number 4. Wow, which is the backbone of any institution. That was amazing, mashallah. This year is inshallah even more promising. Saudi Arabia's 2030 vision brings alive and into action so many ideas, projects, and innovations just waiting to happen, and which are continuously in our minds. But now with the National Transformation Program, these ideas are more tangible because they have become a mutual responsibility, bringing together academic institutions, ministries, private and public sectors to work hand in hand to reach its ultimate goal. Collaborative projects are encouraged, and I am sure the diversity and good intentions of those involved will surely ensure ingenuity and success. Therefore, our expectations are closer to becoming a reality. As long as we believe in the pursuit of truth as our common purpose, we will surely succeed. What makes Prince Sultan University unique is that we believe in the power of learning and discovery to enhance human capacity, and in our responsibility to develop that capacity to serve Saudi Arabia as well as connecting with the world. We believe in the value of every member of this community and each person's potential to contribute to the common goal. We believe that our diversity offers us the strongest possible foundation for our strength because it enables us to enrich, to educate, and to challenge one another. Different backgrounds, our diversity contributes to a melting pot of potential. As long as we believe in the obligations that each of us bears towards one another and towards something greater than ourselves, we will move towards the future comfortably and successfully, inshallah. What also makes this institution great is that we learn and perform by example. PSU has been blessed with a rector that never rests, who is involved in all aspects of the well-running and functioning of PSU. A leader who is always there when we need him, and a person to be proud of. The same can be said by our two vice rectors, Dr. Saad Al-Ruwaita and Dr. Abdel Hafid Dida. I myself have learned from amazing men who try their best to ensure our institution runs smoothly and professionally. For sure, when we see this, we are motivated to do the same. Finally, I want to acknowledge everyone's extra effort last year. Your commitment to excellence has inspired us all. I have never met a faculty member or an administrator or a staff member who has refused to be delegated a task or shied away from responsibility, and moreover, with a smile on their faces. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your innovative thinking and experience with us. And thank you for always being there and for giving your utmost to Prince Sultan University, and many times putting the university's interests before your own. I would also like a minute to give special thanks to the administrative offices. بصراحة المكاتب الإدارية سواء في اسم البنين أو البنات يستحقون الشكر الخاص، فهم الجنود الصامتين ويقومون بأعمال جبارة، ونحن نعتبرهم حاجة ماسة أو نحتاجهم في كل خطوة من خطوات النجاح في جامعة الأمير سلطان. شكرا على مثابرتكم واجتهادكم، وأكثر من كذا على حسن معاملتكم مع الجميع دائما. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. So now we'll have start the PowerPoint. What do I press? Away. So we'll start with the new appointments. Of course, Dr. Ali Mitchell, Dr. Emma Sheikhawi, and Dr. Fariza Hashim were the acting vice deans last year, but this year we've removed the acting, so they are the vice deans, and congratulations. So job well done. Dr. Tazila Sabah is now the Associate Chair for the Information Systems Department. Dr. Sheila Sanderson, the Associate Chair for the Accounting Department. Dr. Sharifa Ahmed, the Associate Chair for the Marketing Department. And Dr. Arkida Faiz, the Director of the University Level English Department. Dr. Imana Maymouni, the Associate Director for the Research and Innovative Center. Dr. Hadir Obaneja, the Director of the Translation and Authoring Center. So hopefully we're going to look for a lot of nice things to come. Ms. Iman Jubran, the Director of the Website and Social Media Unit. Dr. Ms. Hind Al-Bassam, the Associate Director for Strategic Planning and Development Center. And Ms. Namil Hakim, the Accreditation Technical Coordinator for the Evaluation and Academic Accreditation Center. Now, our major accomplishments. Of course, now these accomplishments are in line with the 2030 vision, which focuses on women leadership, women empowerment. So in 2016-17, 8 out of 9 PSU research project grants were attracted by the female faculty. 75% of the research groups approved by the University Council are led by female faculty. Our students were amazing this year. For the Information Systems Department, the PSU student chapter of the Association for Information Systems won an award in the communication, careers, and NIS and community services. The Computer Science Department were honored an award and honorable mention for lightning presentation in the conference, Zayed University Conference in the undergraduate research.
Okay, and then we have also the Interior Design Department presented in the Deco Fair Expo and published their works in the Architecture and Creative Space magazine.
We also have the Master of Software Engineering students. They won in the International
Saudi Health Informatics Conference, and they won the best poster, second runner-up in the projects. And the CCIS students, presented 3 papers and 7 posters in the Zayed University URC. We also won some international awards for the students, the Uni Habitat. We have the Architecture Department who won in the Riyadh Development Projects.
And we have in the Management Department, the GCC-wide case study competition. They also won first place in the Pearl Initiative. And we also won in the Translation Department in Inter-University Translation Competition. So these are all competitions that our students have won. We also have some international awards for the students. We have in the Architecture Department, it was dual together in the Information Systems Department, the Smart City Competition. We also have in the Computer Science Department, the ACM Saudi Programming Jam, second place. And in the Computer Science Department, the Youth Urban Innovative Program, they won the Auto Smart City Competition. All right, our student achievements also. We have the Interior Design Department, the winner, we have a winner in the Saudi Design Competition. The Architecture Department, we have the youngest lead professional in KSA. In the Law Department, we have the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. And the Computer Science Department, we have the 6th finalist in the Imagine Cup 2017. Although it's the 6th place, but this is a very prestigious award, so that's amazing. All right, we also have faculty professional development. In engineering, we have the faculty from the College of Engineering. They obtained the LED certifications. In the business department, we have the entrepreneurship training of the trainers, and it was organized by the CDA. CCIS, we have the training, the IBM and SAP training. Louder? Okay, training.
And for the English PYP, the faculty attended training by
trained by the National Center for Assessment in Higher Education. All right, faculty consultations. We also have the consultations. We have the Finance Department. They offer workshops to the Saudi Chamber of Commerce on entrepreneurship development. We also have the Law Department, and they
proceeded hand-in-hand with consultation with the Microsoft on legal aspects of using cloud computing. And the Finance Department offered consultations to PwC on managing startups and entrepreneurship. Now, although Dr. Abdelhamid will speak about everything that has to do with the buildings, I'm really proud and happy that we have some expansions on the women's side, thanks to the graciousness of the rector and vice rectors. They have given us a large part of their building. They could have just been greedy and left it for themselves, but they gave it to us, and that really made a difference for us. So this is the ground floor. We have expanded to a very large area. We are trying to accommodate our faculty as much as possible to try to put them in a place that is comfortable for them, and hopefully we will please everyone, and if not, we will keep going until we do. I will not leave anybody until I'm sure that everybody's comfortable where they are. All right, this is also the first floor. You see how large the red area, this is all the extra area that we got, and this is the second floor, which is even huger. So all these areas, labs, classrooms, and office space have been
given to us graciously, and we're really happy for that. And hopefully, the more they grow, they'll give us more, and we'll have our own when we finish our building. Now, we have significant events at Prince Sultan University. We have the Nisab program, and it's to assist the high school students to choose. We have, and this is the closing ceremony of it. We have the Go Green event, which it cares about, the environment and risk awareness. We have the charity project, where we take all our computers and we fix them and we give them to other schools. We have Mishkat, it's going really fast, but Mishkat helps the widows to try to find their own entrepreneurships. We have Sahara Breast Cancer, daily celebration, National Day celebrations, which are really important for our country and ourselves. And we have the World Diabetes Days. And last but not least, we have the future direction. In line with the 2020 vision, we are trying to do our best to have a strong role in the community and society. We are looking forward to this year. Hopefully we will start, we're encouraging already women leadership, but it's going to be even more so. We're going to boost the entrepreneurship collaborations between us and others. We're going to have more student exchange programs. We're going to promote quality research, try to work with research groups and so forth. So I am very excited by this year, and I'm hoping that all of us will contribute significantly to the success of PSU and to ourselves. And thank you. Salam. I would like to thank Ms. Fatma Khan for helping me with the PowerPoint. I'm good, but I'm not that good. This is, what you help me out with. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rima. I should
thank you for everything you did in the summer.
And then I'm glad before I went down, I remembered. Jawad Al-Ataibi, you worked this summer, soul-handedly. You did everything. You even put everything in boxes for all of us, just so that when we come back, we are comfortable. So thank you, Ms. Jawad.
thank you, Dr. Rima. I should now like to invite to the stage Dr. Saad Al-Ruwaita, Vice Rector for Administrative and Financial Affairs.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وأسعد الله صباحكم. Good morning, everybody. And it's my pleasure to welcome back all of you after summer vacation, and I'd like also to welcome. Okay, and I'd like also to welcome the new faculty and staff. I hope you enjoyed summer vacation and ready with the full enthusiasm for the coming academic year. I'd like to present a brief summary about the journey of Prince Sultan University, especially for those new comers. Prince Sultan University has come a long way since its inauguration as Prince Sultan Private College. 19 years are a short period of time, but those years between 1999 and today have seen our university become one of the foremost reputable institutions in the kingdom, if not in the region. The college was the first and only private institution of its kind in the kingdom, and upon the opening, it had only 152 students and about 40 faculty and staff. Today, it has over 4,200 students and more than 370 faculty members in 5 colleges: humanities, business administration, law, engineering, and computer science and information system. In 2001, the Women Campus was introduced and has become one of the university's most active and growing. In 2010, PSU became one of only 3 universities and the sole private one to receive institutional accreditation. This was followed in 2014 by the Computer Information and Information Science Receiving Program accreditation, and next year, 2015, same was achieved by Business College. And then both colleges of law and humanities got their accreditation in 2016. In addition, in 2017, BSU successfully got its institutional re-accreditation. During this short period, we developed, established, and implemented many effective systems to facilitate the operation of this institution. However, we are still in the evolving process, and we are very confident that we shall keep on improving our operations. I am very sure that with the cooperation of all of you, we will achieve our vision of becoming the leading non-profit private university in the Middle East, providing a quality education equal to other reputable universities in the world. Now, I would like you to allow me to go over a data show presentation where I talk briefly about the role and function of the Office of the Vice Rector of Administrative and Financial Affairs. And I'll also give an update regarding some information and KPIs that I presented to you last year. Our role in the Office of Vice Rector for Administrative and Financial Affairs is to ensure effective use of university resources and efficient operation of its activities. In order for us to achieve this mission, we have to have effective financial planning and management control system to sustain the programs and services offered according to the program requirements and institutional priorities. And we have to have also effective budgetary and accountability process to ensure institutional oversight and risk management. The second slide will show the organization structure of the office, where we have 6 offices: Human Resource Office, Financial Affairs Office, Warehouse and Supplies Office, Operation and Maintenance Office, Communication Office, Risk Management Office, in addition to the college. One area of great importance to us is the economic sustainability of our institution. And we have to keep monitoring many ratios and KPIs to make sure that we maintain a stable and healthy financial position of our institution. Now we rely on 2 widely used measures for economic sustainability. One of them is the Composite Financial Index. This index is calculated based on 4 ratios: primary reserve ratio, which measure the resource sufficiency; viability ratios, which measures the ability to manage debt; net income ratio, which measures the operation results; and return on net assets, which measures the asset performance. These 4 ratios are standardized, weighted, and used to calculate what we call the Composite Financial Index. This index has a scale that ranges between -4 and +10, with a threshold of 3. Any institution that gets 3 would be considered in a stable and healthy financial position, which indicate that it has sufficient resources that are adequately managed to meet its mission objectives. Our composite financial index score for the year 2016 was 7.4. Going back, in 2015 it was 8.1. In 2014 it was 8.9. In 2013 it was 8.5, and in 2012 it was 6.5. Usually these kind of measures are evaluated on a long period of time that ranges between 3 to 5 years, and you calculate the average. And in the past 5 years we have an average of 7.8 on the composite financial index, which means that thank God we are in a stable and healthy financial condition, and will keep monitoring these crucial financial indexes. The second measures of economic sustainability that we rely on is the financial responsibility composite score. This score is calculated based on three ratios: primary reserve ratio, net income ratio, equity ratio. The first ratio is a measure of resource sufficiency. Second one is a measure of operation result, and the last one is a measure of ability to borrow. These three ratios are also standardized, weighted, and used to calculate what we call financial responsibility composite score. This score scale ranges between -1 and 3, with a threshold of 1.5. Any institution that get 1.5 considered to be financially responsible institution. We as an institution get a score of a 3 in the last 4 years, and also this score has to be evaluated based on a medium to long term period. That means on average between 3 to 5 years, to give a more accurate indication of the financial responsibility of the institution. This second slide is show how we are compared with this measure to two similar institutions in the last 4 years. The second 3 slides will show a 5-year comparison of many financial ratios and KPIs, and this is update of what I presented to you last year. It gives a wide range of financial measures and ratios that reflect the position of our university. One important issue here that I'd like to indicate, that even though the percentage of government scholarship program tuition for the year 2013, 2014, and the year 2014, 2015 was 67% of the total revenue, and it significantly dropped to only 20% in the year 2016, 2017. Nevertheless, our university were able to sustain a strong financial position. That means even though there was sharp drop in the scholarship program provided by the government, we were able to sustain the same stable and healthy financial position. One area that I talked about last year and I'd like also to update you about is the newly established risk management unit with a vision of identifying and analyzing risks and controlling the level of exposure to any given risk, with a mission of risk management or the protecting the university human, physical, and financial assets. The process that we followed is that we have a higher management risk committee where it's developed the policies, procedure, where it's developed the policies and the procedures and the templates, and then the responsible unit manager will work on their risk area and make what we call a risk assessment, and then they will work on action plan to mitigate risk. We indicated last week that we will issue the first risk management report, and it was issued on December 2016, and as a result of our work on risk policies and procedures and risk mitigation, we were able to mitigate, put a plan to mitigate those risks that have been reported, and we were able to reduce the high level risk observation from 40% to 8.2% in last year. Now, what next for risk management? As I mentioned, our first risk management report was issued in December of 2016. 2 workshops on risk management are planned this year. One for administrative leaders that will be in November this year, and another workshop will be for academic leaders the same. Also, in October 2017, we'll develop our first risk management software, and it will be available for users. Now, one final things that I'd like to also discuss with you is the comparison that I presented to you last year, and I showed once again. We started with 152 students. Now we have almost 4,200 students. The total number for graduates now is 3,500, and number of faculty we started 28, now it's almost 370. Number of staff, we started with 10 back in 1999, now we have 340. Number of colleges, we started with 1 in 1999, now we have 5. Number of buildings, we started with 1, now we have 5 in operation and 3 under development. And thanks to Dr. Abdel Hafiz and his engineering team, now we started this year with a new building that will be part of our facilities improvements and adding some new space to our staff and students and faculty. Good luck and have a good academy.
Thank you, Dr. Saad. It's a privilege to invite Dr. Abdel Hafiz Fida to make his comments on the Vice Rectorship for Academic Affairs.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. welcome all to this new academic year. Wishing you all a very fruitful and productive year. The outline of this presentation, as shown, we'll be talking about some of the academic responsibilities, our academic leaders, some of the projects and the status of the projects this year, and some of the major initiatives this academic year. The Office of the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs has the Office of the Academic Affairs, Vice Rector for Academic Affairs handles all academic tasks, colleges, and supporting leaderships that handles the affairs of the students, the faculty members, and the academic programs of PSU. In addition to also supervising the construction, planning, and design of the campus project. This shows the structure of the Office of the Vice Rector of the Academic Affairs. We have 5 colleges: the College of Business Administration, the College of Computer and Information Sciences, the College of Engineering, College of Humanities, and the College of Law, in addition to the Planning and Projects Management Office, and the departments in each college as shown in this. The undergraduate department and the existing graduate programs that we have, the MBA program at the College of Business Administration, and 2 master programs, the Master of Cybersecurity and the Master of Software Engineering in the College of Computer Science, and the Master of Commercial Law at the College of Law. Also, we have the Deputy Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, who handles and has the responsibility of supervising the supporting deanships, which are the deanship of admission and registration, the deanship of student affairs, the deanship of educational services, and the deanship of quality assurance and development. We also have the graduate studies office, which replaces the previous deanship of graduate studies and research. And of course, the Central Library also falls under his supervision. Our academic leaders this year, and very appreciative and thankful to all of them, they have been with us contributing to the success of PSU throughout the previous year. I'm honored to introduce them all and again thank them all. We have Dr. Rima Lihya, in addition to her enormous responsibilities as the Vice Rector for the Women's Campus. She will be also handling the Deanship of the College of Humanities. We have Dr. Mohammed Al-Jibreen, he is the Deputy Vice Rector for Academic Affairs. We have Dr. Saad Al-Musa. Again, he is, in addition to his original responsibilities as the Dean of the College of Administration, is going to also be working as the Acting Dean of the College of Law. Dr. Abdel Hakim Al-Majid, Dean of the College of Engineering, and he is going to be responsible about the Graduate Studies Office. Dr. Abdel Aziz Al-Saibani, Dean of Admission and Registration, and is going to also handle the Deanship of the College of Computer Science. Dr. Faisal Ramdi is the Dean of Educational Services and Acting Dean of the Quality Assurance and Development, and Dr. Abdullah Husseini, Dean of Student Affairs. So thank you all. Appreciate your contributions and your additional responsibilities. Hopefully we'll be finding good replacements for these vacant posts, inshallah. I'm going to move now to the status of the projects that until now, as you know, this is our campus master plan that we started some years back, and we started to add buildings as we go along. Every year or so we add 1 or 2 buildings. So the information of this, that as you have, most of you has probably seen it, has 2 campuses, the female campus on the west side, and the male campus on the east side, and the central area in the middle that has the administration building, the central libraries, and the festival halls and auditoriums. The campuses, male and female, has the academic colleges and supporting facilities. In addition, we have 2 more or less non-academic buildings in the east side, which has the King Salman Center for Local Government and the new housing project that I will show. This is the existing buildings and the projects under construction and one under design. The blue are the completed buildings that we have. As you know, this is building number 1, the old one that is now shared between the female side on the west and the male side. And Dr. Rima has shown also a slide that shows the transfer areas to the female side. And we have the female building number 2, and this female building number 3, the expansion. This is the building we're at now, the administration building. And this, the building that was completed recently and is going to be utilized. We call it the PYP building. Buildings that under construction are the girls indoor sports building. And the last one over there is King Salman Center for Local Government. And we have started a new building here, is the E40 Center. The yellow one at the other side is the new housing project that is still under design, the next stages of the design. Some images of the buildings. This is the design images of the PYP building that was completed recently, and we moved into that. We'll start some of our academic programs in this building. Its total area of 17,000 square meters, as offices for the deans, chairmen, directors, and faculty members. Have some 50 classrooms and laboratories, faculty lounges, student lounges, cafeterias, and has 2 auditoriums and a prayer hall. This is the view of the building as it is now. So compared to the design, I think we have done a good job here. This is the north elevation of the building, along with the landscape area on that side. And this is the south elevation of that building. Some interior images. This is the spine that in the future connects all the buildings. So this is part of the, I think we're going to have our dinner or our lunch in this area. This is one of the auditoriums. This is the second auditorium in the building. This is one of the cafeterias, and we have 3 or 4 more, and the prayer hall. Also, we have completed the outdoor landscape area between building number 1 and the new PYP building, 25,000 square meters. These are some views, images of the, this area that I think added a very lively element to the campus with the green areas, the landscape, the hardscape, the softscape, and it can host many activities. As a matter of fact, we held our graduation ceremony last academic year in this area. This is facing the west. One of the features of this area is the covered walkway between the parking and the building, which is this one. It goes all the way from the parking area to the academic building. This is an image of that area. This building is still under construction. This is the girls' indoor sports building. It's 8,500 square meters. It's going to have basketball, volleyball courts, bowling alleys, gymnasiums, yoga, and other physical education activity halls, cafeterias, multi-purpose halls, library, classrooms, and indoor and outdoor swimming pools on the rooftop. It's almost 75% completed, and we hope to have it finished by May 2018. This is the view of the building. It's, as it's now, this is the sides that are completed. On the other side, we're still working on. These are some design images. This is the swimming pool as in the design, and this is the existing status of the swimming pool as of now. This is the library as in the design, and this is the library as it is now. It's not tidy, but I think it will look beautiful when it's completed. Some of the lounges and cafeterias in the building. This is the other building that's also still under construction, the King Salman Center for Local Government. It's 65% complete, and we hope to have it finished by also May 2018. These are some of the interior images. This is the main entrance and hallway. This is the status of the building as of today. We're still going on. The new addition to the projects is this building, the E4E building, which is on the east side also. It's 18,500 square meters as an undergraduate underground parking of 9,500 square meters, offices, lounges, auditoriums, and prayer halls. And we've started construction in July 2019. Duration of the construction is about 2 years, so we hope to have it completed by July 2019. This is as the building is located in the master plan. It has 3 portions, the entrance side, and this small, which is the location, the design location of the community service and the E4E center. This shows the main entrance. It's from the east side, from Abu Bakr as-Siddiq entrance, and we'll see this. The site, as it is now, we're in the excavation stage where we are now excavating for the basement and the footings, foundations of the building. This is the building that's under design, still under design, as I mentioned, in the advanced stages of the design process. The new housing that will also be on the east side of our campus. It's 14,500 square meters with parking underground, 370 units more or less, with swimming pools, recreation centers, restaurants, cafeterias, and shopping areas. This is other images of the building. Hope we'll start the construction also soon. Dr. Rima has covered the transferred areas from the main sides of building number 1. So thanks for that. Some of the initiatives we're going, as Dr. Yamani mentioned, to continue the review process and the reports of the College of Engineering program accreditation, all the departments. Also, we'll continue the efforts in applying for ABIT accreditation for the College of Computer Science and for the Bill ACSB accreditation for the College of Business Administration. And also, we're planning to establish a graduate program in engineering management. We'll work on that this year, and hopefully we'll have it started next academic year. Thank you all, and apologies for the problems of the video.
Thank you, Dr. Fida. Now, the next part of the program will be an appreciation of the various colleges, departments, and units for their contribution to the recent successful institutional reaccreditation. And I should like to request the presence on stage of Dr. Yamani and Dr. Rima to make the presentations.
Well, I am pleased and delighted and honored to announce the winner of the Teaching Award for 2016-2017, and she or he will be getting 25,000 Saudi Riyal. I start with the finance, of course. And it goes to Jalila Zuhair. Congratulations. If you allow me to say the second runner-up, Saghir Maher. And third, Ihab Shawish. And fourth, Dr. Murad Rizk. And thank you.
Now, before we conclude, I have a number of announcements to make. You are all invited to attend the following today at 1 p.m. in the main auditorium: How to enhance chances to get papers published in index journals. And tomorrow there is a lecture by Professor Luciano Feo, visiting professor from the University of Salerno, Composite Materials and Infrastructure, State-of-the-Art and Modern Code Developments. That is tomorrow at 12:30 in the main auditorium. And the final announcement is, Dr. Yamani, do you want to have no last words? Lunch for women will be served on the ground floor of Building 2 on the women's campus, and for men on the ground floor of the new PYP building in the men's campus. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all, and just on time.